The power of abstinence. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia Miss Drea. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so that you'll be notified every time I create videos just like this. Let's hop straight into the video. Abstinence is the act of not indulging in something. So we're speaking of practicing abstinence as far as practicing not having sex. So it's so powerful to not have sex before you're with someone that you know you're going to end up being with, preferably in marriage. The number one reason why is STDs. Like, people walk around nowadays like they're invincible. Nobody is invincible. It is very capable and likely that if you have multiple sex partners, you're going to encounter a sexual disease. I can't really comprehend or fathom the fact that people walk around as if it won't happen to them. But then, you got people that there are people that don't care about anything. So, to each his own. I say that abstinence from having sex, abstaining from sex before you're in a committed relationship, married, it's a wise decision because it prevents you from putting your body at risk. Like, your body is a temple. Protect your body. Why have issues and problems in your body when you don't have to? I mean, to me, I know that sounds simple because the flesh want to do what it wants to do, but it protects you from STDs. Next is that it protects you from emotional trauma, emotional issues. The fact that you are emotionally in pain because you had sex with somebody that didn't care, you can become emotionally traumatized, emotionally hurt because you had sex with somebody and you thought it was more than what it was going to be. Like, in layman's terms, you having sex with somebody was more of an emotional connection for you than it could have been for the other person. But had you initially started out and made sure that you and that person were going to be together, everything was in order, you dated, you got in a relationship, you got married before sex, it really is protecting you emotionally, because I don't care what anybody say, especially as a woman, having sex is an emotional connection or an emotional tie. Now, if you are under some type of influence, the only people that I find are able to run out here and have sex with any and everybody and it doesn't affect them, they're under some type of narcotic or some type of influence. Normal, everyday men and women typically don't have that. But I'm not saying it's impossible, but usually people that are promiscuous, they got something else going on that's allowing them to not have any emotions anyway. But if you're an everyday regular person, like, sleeping with somebody is an emotional connection. It really, you become joined to that individual. It opens you up to them in a way that is much deeper than any other way two people can become intertwined. Sexually is mental connection and it is physical connection. It's emotional. Sex is an emotional and a physical connection. So you want to be wise about that because your body is so important. And who you tie yourself to. Sometimes you can be tied to somebody and it's like a soul tie and you can't break free from them. You can't get this person out of your mind. You can't separate from them. It's a process. And it seems to be a process much longer sometimes than it is had you never had sex with them. The power of abstinence also protects you from unplanned pregnancy. A lot of times people are out here having sex, end up getting pregnant, and it just turns into, oh, that's a baby daddy. And you know what? That happens sometimes, and you get two awesome people, and they can come together, and they can co-parent, and it works out just fine. But 9 times out of 10, if the two parents were just sleeping together, never had a real relationship, end up with a child, there's friction. And who's in the middle of the friction? The child. So you really want to make sure that you have sex with somebody that you know that you really want to be with, or that you're in a relationship. I'm promoting no sex before marriage. I'm going to make more videos on this to give you guys more insight on it. people can do whatever they please. Of course, they're going to do what they please. But I do truly feel like sex before marriage is like a risk, man. Especially nowadays. Look at Sierra and Russell. That's a prime example of two people that didn't have sex before marriage. They're still together, but I think that the compatibility between those two is just amazing. Like, they were supposed to be together. Sometimes you look at people and be like, they got it right. Some people hit the nail on the head. Like, those two people were supposed to be together. And so, you know, there are other relationships. I've heard of people that didn't have sex before marriage and that marriage didn't work. But then when you really dissect and look at things, it's like, you know, what was God really saying, or was that marriage just for a season? It's no condemnation to anybody. I think it's a protective mechanism. So you really want to abstain from having sex to protect yourself from all of these things. And last but not least is discipline. Discipline. Having discipline is so vital. Having control over your body. The body shouldn't tell you it's time to have sex. You should be able to tell the body it's time to have sex. Body, you don't tell me that, oh, I'm so anxious to have sex that I'm going to run out here and have sex because it's a need for me. No. I'm in control of this body. God has given me authority over this temple. This temple will not tell me what to do. I will tell it what to do because I'm the one that's having to live in this temple. What this body feels does not control me. Having self-discipline is so vital, especially if you want to accomplish something in life. If you're goal-driven, if you're trying to accomplish some things, you are going to want to have self-control in every area of life. So I encourage you to embrace the power of abstinence from sex and from any other thing that separates you from being in complete harmony with God. So I pray that you guys were blessed by this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so that you'll be notified every time I create videos just like this. I'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed one.